The HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast is fueled by Eukanuba. If you want to get the most of your dog in your training sessions, you need nutrition that holds nothing back. Eukanuba's new premium performance lineup is built with the nutrients dogs need to help unleash their max potential. That starts with providing energy that matches their efforts, supporting optimal nutrient delivery, and supporting post-exercise recovery. Check out the new Eukanuba premium performance lineup and find your dog's fuel at eukanubasportingdogs.com. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. All right, guys, season's here, and we know you're not leaving your pups at home. Gunner Kennels is known for their crash-tested crates, but now they're ensuring that you can defend your food too. They've created their new food crate, which has got to be the most durable food container ever made. This thing holds 50 pounds of dog food, uses heavy-duty roto-molded construction with airtight gaskets and seals to ensure food freshness. A durable, lockable latch makes sure that raccoons and rodents can't get in there either. Gunner also guarantees that it's waterproof, dustproof, and airtight. It's constructed for portability as well, so you can keep it at home, throw it in the back of the truck, bring it to camp. Wherever you go, the food crate can go with you. Just like Gunner Kennels, the food crate comes with a lifetime guarantee and is overbuilt right here in the USA. Check them out and get yours today at gunner.com. Here we are with the Foundation of Waterfowl Hunting course brought to you by HP Outdoors. Module 1 up to Lesson 8, Baiting Laws. This is a really important one because there's a little ambiguity here with some of these regulations when it's concerning baiting. So it's something that you want to be familiar with as far as what is expected of you as the hunter if you find yourself in a situation where baiting could be happening. So to put it simply, you cannot hunt waterfowl by the aid of baiting or over any other sort of baited area where you either know or reasonably should have known that the area is or has been baited. So, it's saying that if you believe that, something meets the threshold of baiting, but you didn't just put it there, you didn't physically put it there yourself or whatever, it's still not okay to hunt there because, whether you know or you reasonably should have known, you can still be violating the law when it concerns baiting.
Yeah, reasonably should have known is that'll get you in trouble. And baiting, just a quick definition, is direct or indirect placing, exposing, depositing, distributing, or scattering of salt, grain, or other feed that could lure or attract waterfowl to, on, or over any areas where hunters are attempting to take them. A baited area is any area on which salt, grain, or other feed has been placed, exposed, deposited, distributed, or scattered, if that salt, grain, or feed could serve as a lure or attraction for waterfowl.
So there's a lot more that goes into the baiting guidelines here, but essentially the bottom line is there is a 10-day rule in place. So a baited area remains off limits to hunting for 10 days after the bait has been completely removed. And it recognizes that waterfowl will still be attracted to that area even after the bait is gone. But there is a 10-day period that starts once all of the bait has been completely removed. And you can be sure that conservation officers, if they're aware of a baiting site, they will be following this regulation to the letter of the law. So don't try to, cut it by a day or something like that. If you find yourself in this situation, 10 full days is the law.
Sometimes though they will have a sign in an area if they have marked that as a baited area. Diving a little bit deeper into this, we have hunted many fields, many cut corn fields where, just the whatever the reason is, the equipment did a very poor job of collecting all the corn. And you would think, like, is this baited? It looks like there's a lot of corn laying around. And if the crop is harvested by standard farming practices, then that field is not considered baited. So be very careful with that situation, but know that if it was standard farming practices, you should be okay. Some examples I've read and seen where hunters will be hunting along a lake shore or along, the ocean off a dock, something like that, where the people around it may not want you hunting there, so they will purposely put some kind of feed, corn, whatever it may be, in the water. And the one, I know there was a lady that called in some hunters because she had baited that area and she was yelling at them not to hunt there. Well, then the hunters knew nothing about it and they were out hunting. Conservation officer shows up, and I believe that she actually got fined for doing that. And the hunters just had they were doing everything legally, and they had to wait 10 days before that got cleared out before they could hunt that area again. So you could get caught up in some nasty little battles, but just make sure that if you have baited or think it may be baited, make sure you wait that 10 days after it's completely gone.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for lesson 8 in baiting. We'll be back with lesson 9, which is going to cover some other regulations that just don't fit necessarily into stuff that we've covered yet. And that's going to actually wrap up the lessons for module 1. So come on back and check that out. That's going to do it for this episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. If you're new to the show, head over to iTunes, check out some of our past episodes, and while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's the best way for like-minded hunters just like you to find our show. Check us out on social media, check us out over at hpoutdoors.com, and anywhere you can find quality podcast content. That's going to do it for this week. Till next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.